And what's going on YouTube? Let's just get into it, so waste no more time here. Of course, we are doing another datapad opening video. What else? On the previous video, of course, we did go ahead and get the event pass, which honestly was worth our money. Of course, we still did not complete it, which we will be doing soon. So we did end up with 42 weapon datapads, and of course, there is an increased chance of getting these two amazing weapons for what else but the sword unit. And honestly, pair this with the new, it's honestly a damage dealer, and the new does amazing damage against Titans. So let's just go ahead and honestly try our best to get, well, 3 of those weapons. But first, before we do open this, of course, I want to go ahead and see our event tasks. And we do have an open weapon datapad silvers, which we can definitely just go ahead and do now. I mean, by the end of this video, we should be able to completely finish the event task and of course get that title. With that being said, with the increased chances, let's just go ahead and dive into this datapad madness. Honestly, I'm trying my best to, of course, just get those 2 weapons, but knowing my luck, it's just gonna be a bunch of gas components. Of course, what else about those Lenny weapons? Of course, it's just the components for the weapon datapad. I feel like they should definitely take out 1,000 components, given that the datapads aren't cheap. Honestly, if you go to the store and just buy DJs with it, they are definitely not cheap. And look at the rewards we are getting. Of course, another 1,000 components and 39 left. Of course, when I do get a bit less of datapads, of course when I get about 10 or 20 or so, I will just go ahead and spend all of them, because I do, but I think it's of course, I'm not sure if it's myth busted or not, but I am sure that if you open 10 at once, you do get, well, a better chance of getting an entire item as itself, so just not components. So of course, we do want our odds to go up, because our chances of getting anything in these datapad openings are terrible. So the more we can get, honestly, the better it is. But more arm component, honestly, I'm not complaining about the 1,000 components if we do only get this, of course, which is a massive damage dealer, given that it takes out percentages of the robot's entire health per shot. So I mean, of course, the new weapons are the best, which is why we're trying to get them. But knowing our luck, as I said, with 35 datapad weapons left, of course, we are definitely not going to get it. But if I do get one, I will be quite happy. And I got another 1,000 components. 1,000 components is just not worth it, as I said, in this weapon datapad. But let's just go ahead and open more. What do I get? And of course, we get a ARM M80. 1,000 components, I'm not complaining, of course. If I can somehow get 5,000 components, perhaps even 2,500. Oh, this is a legendary. And what do we get? Is it, and of course, not what we wanted. If that was one of the sword unit weapons, of course, we would have been, well, in a much better position than we are now. And we're opening this, what do we get? And it's a blue, unfortunately, so we get 1,000 components again for the Lenny, which is definitely not what I'm trying to get into. Of course, they did say increased chance. I mean, how good is that increased chance really? Because I'm honestly getting nothing, and more gas components. I mean, I got the least amount of gas components compared to everything else, so honestly, I am quite happy that I got that. I mean, on the Ravager, of course, the gas components are just the best. And another 1,000 M80 components, I will never say no to that, of course. I believe we can go ahead and make ourselves one already with those 1,000 components we got. So I think we currently at 10,000 with, of course, another 1,000 components. So we definitely going to get 1 from this. But of course, my goal is 3 for the 2 news, of course. But we're going to try our best. And we got another Ninja components, 1,000. Of course, we are trying to get that NRM. Come on, let's go. Another datapad. Can I get a legendary? And of course not. And another 1,000 components. Honestly, whenever I see those 1,000 components, of course, with the sword unit weapons, I am never complaining, because I just want to soup up the new as much as I can. Of course, let's just go ahead and open more. ARM M80 components, 1,000, not bad. If I can get at least 2,500 from one datapad or more, I feel like it'll definitely be, well, more worth it. And as for the M80, I don't think I got the M80 yet. Let's just go ahead and see the chances. Of course, the datapad goal is 0.5% chance. I feel like that's extremely rare to get, and we should have gotten one, given that we opened already 20 of the datapads. But of course, knowing our luck, which I did say it's never going to happen, of course we got L83 components, more 1,000 components, which I'm not saying no to. 24 left. Okay, can we possibly get something good from this? And Lenny components. Okay, nothing good. But 1,000 components, let's just get to 20, and I might as well just go ahead and spend all. But gas components, 1,000, okay, I'll take it. I feel like they should definitely get rid of the 1000 components in that, because it is just such a scam. Opening, of course, 10 datapads and just getting 10,000 components for different weapons, it's just the worst, knowing that you have 10 and you just cannot do anything with it. So, well, we have one more. What will this one give us until we open 10? And new components. Okay, we got 1000 components, which is terrible. Of course, I just want that M80, which will benefit us the most out of this. But let's just go ahead and claim. And how many do we have? Of course, we have the samurai components, regulator components. We still cannot craft one, in fact. That is terrible odds. Let's just go ahead and claim everything we can. Of course, we have a common datapad there. And of course, in the event task, I should have, of course, completed it. So let's just see how much this takes us. Of course, we get a free TET datapad. And they should definitely be for opening 10 datapads. Okay, we can just go ahead and do that soon, actually. Let's just go ahead and pass the 20 more. And I mistakenly did not open 10. I think I opened 1, unfortunately. Okay, let's go ahead and skip that. Let's open 10 now and see what can happen. Wait, gas components? We got more gas components. Okay, we got many components, 1000. Okay, maybe the chances aren't actually that good when you open 10, but honestly they're just the same thing, it looks like. If we get nothing legendary, of course it is just a scam out of 10, but we did get 1083 components, L83 components, and we did get another 1083 components. Okay, so this is all our rewards. Honestly, we did not get many M80 components, but honestly, what am I saying? It's obvious knowing our luck. So let's just go ahead and claim everything that we can, and we can already in fact build an entire weapon for our new. So that does not help us with our other new, of course, but for our prime new that we do have at MK2, it's going to help us a lot. But honestly, with more gas components, we have 8 more. Of course, I cannot just open 10 because I kind of messed up and opened 1 instead of opening 10. So we did get something a bit better here. What is this? 2500 M80 components. Of course, if I got that a couple more times, I would have been in a good position. But that's what they are, like components, but I do not want. And we get 1000 components again. This increased chance honestly isn't that increased, given that I did think, as soon as I saw it, I did think I'm going to get, of course, 2500 plus. But of course, knowing War Robots, they will just never let us do that. So let's just go ahead and open the rest. I mean, another gas components. I'm sure I can at least craft 1 or 2 gas components. Oh well, gas weapons from that, honestly. Well, we have 4 more. Let's just go ahead and see what we can do. Of course, give me 1 more M80 and I'll be happy. Of course, more gas components, which after the new update has become absolutely useless. So I just do not even look at them anymore, of course. And we get a gas component. Of course, as I say that, we get a entire gas component from a datapad weapon, and of course not our M80, which is what we wanted. And we get 1000 M80 components. Wow, if that could only just revert to the previous one and just give us a full M80, I would have been happy. And for our couple final, we get M80 components 1000. Of course, if you do want to get this, now is definitely the time to open it up. But with that being said, all of our datapads are gone in just a couple of seconds. But honestly, guys, if you want to see more of this, of course, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Just go ahead and like. And of course, we did end up getting 17,000 components. And I mean, that's a win, guys. Of course, we're going to put that on you and see what we can do. With that being said, guys, this comes at a wrap up on the video. And if you do want to go ahead and see more being opened, and I do have those chat datapads. And honestly, if we have to go and buy more chat datapads, there's absolutely no problem for the next video. Why not? With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace out.